Today we are going to create a trading app using Google's anti-gravity code editor. Just like he mentioned in the comment section of the previous video, we are now creating a trading app. To build this app, we are using Zerodha's Kite Connect API to fetch real stock values and current prices. As soon as we open the app, we can see Nifty 50 and Sensex displayed at the top. It also clearly shows that the market is currently open, synced in real time. In addition to this, since we have integrated Gemini AI, it provides insights about the current market condition and loads the relevant values inside the app. If you look now, you can see the current value of Nifty 50. If you search for Nifty 50 in Google Chrome, the value there and the value shown in the app are live and nearly the same. Below that, we can see the trending stock list. Stocks like HDFC Bank, ICICI Bank, Reliance and TCS appear here with their values. If we click on any one of these, the stock price history is displayed as a graph. Based on the current values, Gemini AI analyzes the data and provides some insights. At this point, it suggests whether we should buy, hold or sell. Of course, this is a demo project. Even though AI gives suggestions, we should not take it as financial advice and blindly make decisions. It only analyzes the current values. Our own market research is extremely important. This app is created purely for demo purposes. In the future, when AI is integrated into trading apps like this project serves as a small projection to understand how accurate the data and insights can be. If you read these points, you can see details such as target price, stop loss, and confidence clearly mentioned. We can also add stocks to the wish list. I have added Reliance to the wish list and it now appears there. We can also search for stocks directly inside the app. Since Gemini AI is integrated within the app, we can chat with it directly. For example, I asked it to analyze Reliance for me. Now you can see that it fully analyzes Reliance Industries and explains their core business segments. They operate in oil and chemicals, they are present in digital and telecom platforms, they run the Reliance retail business, they are also involved in clean energy industries. In other segments such as media and entertainment, they have recently acquired the TV channels like Viacom 18 and Network 18, and all those details are updated here. They are also available in financial services. Gemini clearly explains their strengths. It highlights their ability to scale and diversify, their market leadership, and Mukesh Ambani's visionary leadership. It also explains their weaknesses and risks along with their future opportunities. Because of Jio, they have a strong lead in 5G monetization and are positioned as leaders in new energy as well. It also clearly explains their threats. We open this app on macOS and everything runs smoothly. Even if there are some blank spaces, we can fix them later using further prompts. Now I open the same app in Chrome and it loads with the same UI from the same codebase. This means we can add a custom domain and build multi-platform apps from a single codebase. Everything loads clearly. Finally, once all the basic core functionalities were working, we redesigned the entire app using just a single prompt. Now let's see the process. First, we open Google Antigravity and create a new Flutter app using the command line. I had already explained all my app requirements clearly to Claude and it generated a complete master prompt. There were only a few small changes needed. Claude suggested using the Sonnet 4 model, but since Gemini's free tier is available, I specifically mentioned that I want to use Gemini. So I copied everything, pasted it here, and mentioned the Gemini version. The Gemini version we are using is 2.5 Flash. Everything is pasted and we set it to planning mode with the Gemini 3 Pro High model. It then fully analyzes the prompt and provides an implementation plan. In the implementation plan, there was one issue. It suggested creating the app in React instead of Flutter. But since Flutter allows us to build multi-platform apps and instantly preview them using the iOS simulator on macOS, I instructed it to create the app using Flutter. After giving that clarification, the setup was completed. Since this app is currently for development purposes, I directly entered my API keys into the codebase. This is not a recommended method. API keys should ideally be stored using environment variables or system configurations. But since this is a demo and I wanted to quickly show an output, I temporarily added them directly into the codebase. Once the app is fully completed, moving them to environment variables is easy. Now the entire app is built. I accepted all changes and opened it in the iPhone 17 Pro simulator. You can see that details like Nifty 50 and Bank Nifty appear clearly. However, at this stage, everything is still mock data because we haven't added real API keys yet. This is only for design purposes. Even if I type hi, it only returns a predefined mock response, not a real response. To fix this, I copy my Kite Connect API key and paste it into the constants .dot file. Kite Connect provides both an API key and an API secret. We can extract the access token from the redirected URL and I'll explain how to do that. To generate the access token, I run the bin generate token dot file. This automatically redirects to login. Once we log into the Kite account, the access token is generated. We copy that access token and paste it into the Kite access token field. Now we have placed the API key, API secret, access token, and Gemini API key. Using these, we can fetch real stock values. We save everything and run Flutter. As soon as we run it, Nifty 50 and Sensex switch from demo data to real data. To verify this, we open Chrome and search for Nifty 50. The values shown there and in the app are almost the same, with only a 2 rupee difference. That difference is simply due to loading time. Apart from that, we are now getting exact live market values. The same applies when we search for Sensex. We get the exact value. So now all stock values in the app are fetched live. Using these live values, we get clear details in the Gemini Market Insights section. However, the content is currently displayed in Markdown format with symbols like double stars and hashes. To display it in a proper format, we can fix this using further prompts. Before that, I load one of the trending stocks and click on HDFC Bank. You can see a proper historical graph. We can further elaborate this by adding prompts for 1 day, 1 week, 1 month, 1 year, and 5-year views, just like a typical trading app. Within a few minutes, we created a graph like this. By giving more prompts, we can add all the usual features expected in a trading app. In Gemini's technical analysis, the stock is currently in a buy state. There are also hold and sell states. Based on the current market conditions, it gives a slight recommendation to buy. Of course, we should fully understand what Gemini AI says and should not integrate it directly into financial decision making. It only analyzes small market values and gives suggestions like buy, sell, or hold. There is no 100% guarantee of profit. The reason is that LLM models are trained on data from 2 to 3 years ago. This app is built as a light companion to analyze live values. Here you can see target price, stop loss, and confidence values. Below that, details like open, high, low, previous close, volume, and market cap are all available. Some features like search and wishlist were not working initially, and we also encountered red screen errors. I mentioned all these issues in further prompts and rebuilt the app. Now it loads correctly. I asked it to analyze Reliance for me. The data appeared in Markdown format, so we refined it using further prompts to convert it into properly formatted text with titles, bold text, and italics. After fixing that, I tried again but encountered a Gemini 429 error. This happened because I had exceeded the API usage limit for the day. So I switched to another API key from a different account, added it to the same codebase, and tried again. Now the content appears in proper formatted text instead of Markdown. That issue is fixed. I then asked which stock should I buy today. Gemini clearly states that it cannot provide financial advice. It allows small informational questions, but not financial decision-making queries. That problem is now resolved. I started Reliance and Gemini Market Insights are now clear. I opened HDFC Bank and its Gemini analysis is also clear. Search now works, analyzing Reliance again works, wishlist functionality also works. At this point, the MVP version of our trading app is almost ready. I run it on macOS and everything works clearly. Even if there are small blank spaces, we can fix them using further prompts. Wishlist works and AI chat works. We have already reached the AI rate limit, which is why responses are paused at some places. Now I open the app in Chrome, it loads properly on localhost. Next, we can push this codebase further, add a custom domain, and use the same single codebase to run it as a web app, mobile app, and across different operating systems. Even in Chrome, it loads perfectly just like the macOS version. I think the API key is active again. I ask what is the market sentiment, and it analyzes and explains it in detail. You can ask small market-related questions like this, except the direct financial decisions. When we open it in Chrome mobile view, the app is responsive and everything works perfectly. Next, instead of using Flutter's default UI or the iPhone's default UI, we decide to redesign the app using real trading app screenshots. We give another prompt for this. There are many inspiration websites that store real web and mobile app screenshots. I use screenshots.club to search for app designs. Many finance-related apps are available there. I search under the finance category and find an app with a similar requirement to our trading app. When I click it, the app opens in the iPhone App Store. From there, I copy 4 or 5 screenshots and paste them into the prompt. I instructed to use the screenshots only as design references and not change any existing functionality. After submitting the prompt, we can see improvements happening. Multiple screens are edited, background colors change from white to surface colors, and text colors change accordingly. Color codes are updated across files. I accept all changes. After some time, the process completes and I run the app again. The app switches to dark mode and is fully redesigned based on the reference screenshots. Some existing functionalities break due to Markdown issues, but we fix them again using further prompts. Trending stocks are available, graph errors appear and are fixed. Wishlist works, search works, and AI chat works correctly. In this video, you have seen the complete development of this app. Using Flutter and Google's Antigravity code editor, we built a real trading trading app. By using Zerodha's Kite Connect API, we fetched real market data. By integrating Gemini AI, whether it's a small doubt or a complete company analysis, the app can provide insights like whether to buy, hold, or sell in the current state, all as a learning tool. We tested this app not only on iPhone but also on macOS and Chrome. It will run similarly on Windows, Android, and Linux because we use a single code base. As mentioned in the previous video, we have now fully built a trading app. If you have ideas for creating other apps like this, share them in the comments section below. In the upcoming videos, we'll see how to build them properly and fully functionally. If you have any doubts about this entire process, let me know in the comments. I read every comment and I'll respond, so make sure to share your ideas and questions in the comment section. Thank you and see you in the next video.